Son. Why do you keep muting us, by the way? Oh, I know why. Okay, this is just to check, see if we got any.
Go ahead and talk.
All right, audio check, mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2.
I can hear you.
All right, you got me? All right, good. Let's see. Hang on.
Mic check 1 2.
You are so loud. I can hear you. You are so loud.
You can hear me? Okay.
All right. Sounds like we're good.
Coming off of a walk-off win in extra innings yesterday against Grand Canyon, 6-5, the Washington State Cougars back home at Bailey Brayton Field for the series finale, looking for the series sweep, taking on Grand Canyon. And hello, everybody. Welcome inside Bailey Brayton Field on this glorious sunny Sunday afternoon here in Pullman, Washington. I'm Declan Curran alongside Charlie Templeton. Charlie, let's recap the game yesterday for a quick minute. Matt Priest coming into this series.
Well, non-stop excitement yesterday at Bailey Brayton Field. Extra inning game. Washington State able to get the win 6-5. An all-around phenomenal game from both sides. Washington State, with that win, takes the series. Looking for the sweep here of Grand Canyon. Two fantastic starting pitching efforts from Washington State in this series. That's been the big factor for them winning both of these games.
Yeah, on the mound today for Washington State was the senior right-hander Luke Myers, coming in with an ERA of 7.83, 12 walks, 17 strikeouts on the season. Obviously, his ERA is something he wants to improve on. Cougs are looking for a big outing from Luke Myers today.
And with that, we will step aside. We got starting lineups and first pitch coming up. Right up. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. We're back.
We're back here at Bailey Brayton Field. 10 minutes till first pitch. Series finale. Washington State Cougars, Grand Canyon Antelopes. Time to go over the starting lineups now. Charlie, what you got?
So first for Grand Canyon, batting first is the second baseman Jake Sanko. He'll be followed by Mito Perez. Billy Scaldafieri starting at the third spot. Cannon Perry batting fourth. He's batting cleanup. That's the first baseman. Schmidt batting fifth. Lopez batting sixth. Oland in the seventh spot playing left field. Penskover in eighth. Troy Sanders, the shortstop, rounds out the starting lineup. And pitching on the mound for the Antelopes today is Garrett Ahern. And for Washington State, trying to get the sweep here today on this Sunday afternoon. Batting first, the shortstop Gavin Roy. Matt Priest, the left fielder, follows him. Then Max Hartman. Ollie Obenauer batting fourth. He's the designated hitter today. Ryan Shonsby batting fifth, starting at first base. Alexander Jaguar starting at catcher today. He's batting sixth. Chavez starting seventh. Northrop batting eighth. Watterson lines up the lineup in ninth. And Luke Myers on the mound today for the Cougs.
All right, we're going to take a break for the national anthem. We'll be back shortly. All right, back in Bailey Brayton Field, just on the national anthem. WSU getting ready to take the field. Grand Canyon decked out of the purple jerseys once again with the purple hats. And the same combination yesterday, the purple hats, purple jerseys, gray pants. Washington State going with the white pinstripe jerseys with the WSU sideways logo with the big S. Crimson hats, white pants.
Absolutely love that logo the Washington State is running with today. Quite honestly, I think they got to make that their permanent logo. I think it's phenomenal. I like the W with the Washington State type font, but that WSU and that classic old-timey baseball font is just something special.
And we got the umpires taking the field. We got Dennis Smythe behind the plate, Toby Basner at first, Heath Jones, the crew chief, at second, Neil Turner at third. Basner yesterday, you weren't with us, ejected the Grand Canyon head coach Greg Wallace after arguing a balk call.
Yeah, it was an interesting little argument there. Lasted a long time. Looked like it was over. Then it would just continue. After you get so many warnings, if you go back in again and you get thrown out, I don't think you can complain.
And it looks like he is able to coach today. It looks like he's going out to exchange the starting lineup. Our conditions today, it's a sunny day out here at the ballpark, but it's also a little bit breezy, 55 degrees, but typical Pullman weather around this time. It can be in the 50s and still sunny, but it's a beautiful day for baseball nonetheless.
And taking a look at Bailey Brayton Field, the stadium where the Cougars call home. Symmetrical stadium, 330 down each foul pole, 400 to dead center. Interesting little note about the center field wall. It's about couple feet higher than the rest of the stadium. Dick, you ever wonder why they do that?
Sometimes, yeah. My dad's always asked me why every stadium can't have the same dimensions, but I mean, I think it is kind of unique when they all have different dimensions.
Yeah, it adds character. You got the first thing that comes to mind when you think of ballpark dimensions, you think of the Green Monster in Boston, but you also got the Crawford boxes down in Houston. Even a lot of college stadiums will look a little bit different. It just brings a uniqueness just that's unique to each team.
Yeah, you got the Guardian Stadium too, the tall left field wall. I mean, nothing beats the Green Monster. but Cleveland does have a really tall left field wall as well, which with those ballparks, you really got to have power to hit it out of the park. Still waiting on the teams to take the field here. Luke Myers will be leading the Cougs out on the field today as the starting pitcher.
Yeah, Myers ERA 7.8. Obviously looking to try to get that down. And this is very much depending on the wind, but it is very much a pitcher's friendly park. You're not going to see a lot of balls leaving the yard here unless they get helped by the wind.
Yeah, Myers. One thing he's good at is not walking batters. He's only walked 12 batters on the year so far. Giving up 33 hits, obviously something that he also wants to improve on. 17 strikeouts this year.
So who are your players to watch today, Declan?
Well, for me, I would say Matt Priest. I mean, obviously he's had a big hit in the first 2 games of the series.
Well, he had the 2-run home run to give him the lead in game 1, and ended up playing the hero not with his bat but with his legs, able to outrun a throw to first, deny the double play, and allow McLeod to run home to get the game-winning run in the 10th inning of yesterday's game.
And for Grand Canyon, I would say probably the hometown kid, Carson Owen, tied the game up in the 9th. Ultimately, wasn't enough for Grand Canyon to get the win, but it did spark a little bit of light into the Grand Canyon offense.
Yeah, took a first pitch fastball, first pitch of the inning deep to right field. That gave Grand Canyon a 4-3 lead that they would eventually relinquish into the bottom of the 9th.
So they're showing the highlight video. Cougs are now taking the field. We were mentioning before we went on the air, Cougs starting their 3rd different catcher in the series today with Alexander Jaguar starting behind the plate today after starting McLeod yesterday and Noah Thine on Friday.
A Freshman of the Week winner a couple weeks back.
Mountain West Freshman of the Week, yes. Definitely has some power. We have yet to see it here at Bailey Brayton this season.
This is his first game here at Bailey Brayton Field.
His first start, at least, yeah. I mean, we've only had 2 home games. I have yet to see the power, but I'm sure it will be on display today.
Who are you watching for Grand Canyon this afternoon?
This afternoon, I would probably have to say, the leadoff guy, Jake Senko, hitting 380. Yesterday, he only had 1 hit, a single in the 6th, but obviously we know he has a ton of damage he can do. So
Jake Senko's been surprisingly quiet this series. Entered this 3-game set in Pullman, hitting north of 400. His batting average still up there in the mid 380s, but he has not had the impact that I think a lot of people thought he had, and I think that he would think he has. So he's looking to deal some damage today.
Luke Myers finishing up his warm-up pitches. We're just about set to get underway here. 1 more warm-up pitch. Jaguar throws down to second. Jake Senko is ready to step in the batter's box, and we are almost underway here. Senko hitting 380, no homers, 10 RBIs, 27 hits for Grand Canyon. Right-handed batter facing the right-hander, Luke Myers. First pitch on the way. Taken for a strike, and we are underway a minute early, 12:04 p.m. Pacific time.
Northrop playing very shallow at third.
0-1 on the way, swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 the count on Senko.
Well, we've talked throughout this series how important it is to limit pitch count in early innings.
0-2 is on the outside corner, strike 3 called. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Jake Senko down on 3 pitches. Luke Myers with his first strikeout of the day.
Well, that's how you limit pitch counts. You do not let opportunities like an 0-2 count. You do not let them spiral into full counts. You don't let them get a couple of foul balls. You set him down in 3 pitches, and that's how you're going to go deep into this ball game.
So Mito Price steps in the batter's box now. The Grand Canyon catcher hitting 250 on the season. First pitch on the way. Upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Perez having to get out of the way of that a little bit.
Wind just starting to pick up a little bit.
1-0 on the way. Just a bit outside. Ball 2. 2-0 the count on Perez. Myers trying to work from behind from a 2-0 count, get it even. There's a strike called, 2-1.
Finds his own good response there after going down 2-0, able to find the zone there and try to fight back in this at-bat.
Perez with the big stance. Here's the 2-1. Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes upstairs for a ball. 3-1.
And we've seen a lot of that in this series. Both these teams like to show bunt. They like to throw down a couple bunts as well.
So Myers falls behind in the count. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up. Very shallow behind the plate. Jaguar's got to play. He calls it off, and he makes the catch in front of the net in foul territory for the second out of the inning.
And with the sun out in force, no real cloud cover, making a play like that in the sun, very tough to do. And Jaguar does it perfectly.
So that'll bring up Billy Scaldaferri, the right fielder for Grand Canyon, hitting .305 on the season. Scaldaferri yesterday went 2 for 5 with a single and a double. 2 strikeouts and a out to left. First pitch, that's a little bit low, and that hits him right on the leg. So Scaldaferri is on base with a hit by pitch. Runner on first with 2 outs for the cleanup hitter, Cannon Peary.
Looked like a breaking ball, just got away from a little bit, breaks inside, and just it hits him. That happens throughout the course of a game, but you want to try to limit the damage here. You got a runner on first now.
Peary steps up, hitting .244 on the year. 0 for 4 yesterday, walked in the 10th inning. First pitch yanked down the left field line, foul over by the Wazoo bullpen.
Crashes off the fence down by the concourse.
So it's an 0-1 count on Cannon Peary. Right-handed hitting first baseman. Grand Canyon going to a lot of right-handed hitters today. Only one true left-handed hitter. It's the man on deck, Trevor Schmidt, and then you have a switch hitter, Carson Oland. Everybody else in the lineup right-handed.
Carson Oland had a big home run yesterday in the 9th.
Here's the pitch. Toss over to first base. Back in just barely safe is Scaldaferri.
Grand Canyon on the base pass had some trouble yesterday. They had a runner picked off, nearly had a runner picked off at third, and then had a situation where a guy got thrown out at home, and he was nowhere near getting in.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 on Peary.
Peary quickly finds himself down 0-2 as well.
Myers said 11 pitches so far here in the first. Just getting started here.
Trying to end the inning here.
Here's the 0-2. Grounded foul behind the plate. Off his foot. It's still 0-2.
Yeah, that one he comes off his bat and just stops dead foul. Didn't even get into the field of play.
Cougs next weekend will be back here at Bailey Brayton against the Nevada Wolfpack, the preseason favorite to win the conference after winning the regular season title last year. Here's the 0-2, swinging a fly ball to center field. On it is Waterston in front of the wall, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Grand Canyon gets no runs, no hits, no errors, leaves the runner on base. And we go to the bottom of the first. Grand Canyon nothing. Washington State coming up. This is Washington State Baseball on KGR, the student voice of the Palouse. We go to the bottom of the first here, Bailey Brayton Field, after Luke Myers gets 3 outs and hit a batter in the first. It'll be Gavin Roy, Matt Priest, Max Hartman for Washington State to lead off against the right-hander Garrett Ahern for Grand Canyon. 5.73 ERA, 25 strikeouts, 12 walks, 27 hits. Roy stands in. Here's the first pitch. Down low for a ball, 1-0. Roy yesterday reached base 3 times, walked, double, single.
He scored the tying run in the 10th.
He
was the tying run in the 10th.
Next pitch catches the top of the zone. Strike 1, 1-1. Gavin Roy so far hitting .373 on the year. No homers, 16 RBIs. Here's the 1-1. Grounded to second. Up with the ball is Senko. Has it, throws over to first to Peary for the out, and there's 1 away. And that'll bring up Matt Priest, the left fielder.
Well, quick at-bats have been the story so far this afternoon.
So Priest looking to do some more damage yesterday after
he has been the hero of this series.
Reaching base 3 times, 2 singles, and reached on an error by the first baseman in the third. Here's the first pitch. Taken first strike, 0-1. Priest hitting .255, 1 homer, 9 RBIs on the year. That 1 homer was on Friday night, his first collegiate homer over the left field wall.
And it was a rocket in the left field.
Here's the 0-1. Backs away from that, takes the strike, 0-2.
Yeah, breaking ball, late breaks, gets into the zone. And I don't think Matt Priest was expecting that one to end up where it did.
So Priest falls behind 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Swung on. It's a soft swing foul behind the plate. Into the stands. It's still 0-2. So Priest looking to work the count full. Currently down 0-2 in the count. Here's the pitch. Check swing foul behind the plate again. So we'll do it again. One thing we've seen with the Washington State team these last 2 days is they know how to battle Grand Canyon pitchers, make them work their pitch count.
They absolutely do. 0-2 to Matt Priest as he continues to try to stay alive behind the plate after 2 straight foul balls.
Here's the pitch. Chopper foul behind the plate again. So another 0-2 coming on the way.
0-2 count. This is the 6th pitch of the at-bat.
Seven pitches so far for Garrett Ahern. Here's the pitch. This time it's fair, grounded right over to first. Peary has it, takes it to the back himself for the out, just barely beats Priest over there. And Priest is retired on the ground out to first. There's 2 away for Max Hartman. Max Hartman yesterday was on base twice, had a single in the third, reached on a throwing error by the pitcher in the 5th, scored on the controversial balk call that ultimately got Greg Wallace, the Grand Canyon head coach, kicked out of the game.
5 errors yesterday, 4 by Grand Canyon. And you have to say that probably did cost him the game last night.
Certainly did, as the first pitch to Hartman misses up high for a ball, 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swung on foul. That's going to leave the ballpark into the parking lot.
That one takes a high hop off the concession building. That's going to end up on, that thing might end up down on Stadium Way.
Close to Beasley Coliseum, right across the street. So it's 1-1 on Hartman. The pitch. Swung on Fide into right field. On it is Scott Ferry on the run, makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the first for Garrett Ahern. Washington State, no runs, hits, errors, nobody left. We played 1, no score. This is Washington State baseball, and Taylor, the student voice of the Blues. We're back here at Bailey Brayton Field through 1 inning is scoreless. Coming up for Grand Canyon, the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Trevor Schmidt, Jose Lopez, and Carson Olin. Trevor Schmidt getting his first appearance of the series. DHing today. Left-handed batter, the only true left-handed hitter in the Grand Canyon lineup.
Hitting 143, no home runs, only 1 RBI on the season.
First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0 on Trevor Schmidt.
The junior from Anaheim.
Next pitch. Outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Myers able to find the strike zone on that pitch. Here's the 1-1. Down low for a ball, 2-1. Great block there by Alexander Jaguar.
Grand Canyon still searching for their first Mountain West victory. This has been their first Mountain West series, dropping the first 2 games of this weekend set.
2-1, big swing, and Schmidt swings right through it. It's 2-2. Schmidt was looking for the fences there, didn't work out. So it's a 2-2 count. There's the pitch. Swung on, fouled, right in front of the Washington State dugout. Count remains 2-2. Myers trying to record his second strikeout of the day. He's up to 18 with his strikeout in the first inning. 2-2 is fouled off again. This one's into the parking lot again. That's on a bounce. So we'll do it again.
Count remaining even at 2.
Here's the pitch. Chopper foul. Down by the first base coach's box on the Grand Canyon side. Still 2-2. So we've seen some long battles here through the first inning and a half.
2-2, nobody on, nobody out.
And the 2-2 pitch. Grounded over the head of the leaping third baseman, Kyler Northrup, into left field. That's a base hit, leadoff single for Trevor Schmidt, and there's 1 aboard for Jose Lopez.
Yeah, great effort play there by Kyler Northrup, just unable to make a play. He gave it everything he had, just over the top of his glove.
Third baseman.
So Lopez up now, the third baseman, hitting .313 on the year. Yesterday, reached base 3 times, had a triple, a single, and hit by a pitch in the 10th. Definitely knows how to get on base, so Washington State is going to want to be careful with him if he gets on.
And he had that towering home run in game 1 of this series as well.
Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Jaguar loses it for a second, but is able to find it and keep the runner Schmidt at first base.
He went somewhere, but the ball didn't. Ball was dead right next to home plate. Takes off, realizes where it is. Almost like sitting on an egg right there.
So it's an 0-1 count on Jose Lopez. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Swings right through that one.
Quickly finds himself down 0-2.
Luke Myers doing what he's known to do best. That's get ahead early in counts. He's a pitch away from striking out his second batter. Looks in, throws to first, back in safely on the dive is Trevor Schmidt.
We were mentioning the fact earlier, Luke Myers allowing 33 hits. Not many of them doing a lot of damage, however. Only 6 extra base hits, only 2 home runs.
And we got Greg Wallace out of the dugout. Not sure what this is about. Quick conversation. He's heading back to the dugout.
Well, I think he's learned from yesterday. You can argue to a point, but you have to be careful.
Myers gets a sign from Jaguar. Here's the 0-2. Check swing. That's outside. Ball 1, 1-2. Home plate umpire Dennis Smythe calls it himself. So 1-2 count here on Jose Lopez. Luke Myers looking to strike him out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down in the dirt for strike 3. Lopez is retired, and there's 1 gone for Carson Owens.
Carson Olin, the other antelope in this series to have homered. He homered yesterday in the 9th.
Yeah, the former Washington Husky started his first year there, transferred into GCU last year as a sophomore. The switch hitter hitting from the left side against the right-hander Myers, and he swings through that one on a pitch way outside for strike one, 0-1.
1 on, 1 out, 0-1.
Olin gets set in the box. 10 seconds on the pitch clock. Myers gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Olin swings right through that one. It's 0-2 again. Myers gets ahead of another batter, 0-2. 2 strikeouts on the day, looking for his third here.
That would add to his season total of 19.
Down low for a ball. Doesn't get too far away from Jaguar. He saves that one, keeps Peary at first base. 1-2 now.
His next strikeout will give him 20 on the year.
Like I mentioned before, Cougs back home next weekend against the Nevada Wolfpack. They have a quick road trip on Tuesday up to Spokane to take on Gonzaga before they come back home. 1-2 pitch down in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-2.
Olin doing a good job at fighting back in this at-bat. Was once down 0-2. Now the count tied at 2.
Olin has gone down 0-2. Worked the count even. Myers looking for the strikeout. Here's the pitch. Chopper foul just in front of the plate.
Just got a little piece of that one. Not much contact, and that one goes foul. Well, kind of half-hearted swing there.
So still 2-2 on Carson Olin. Myers gets the sign from Jaguar. Instead moved to first base. And out at first base. Myers picks off Trevor Schmidt for the second out. What awareness by Luke Myers. There's 2 down. And now a 2-2 count. There could be 3 outs here.
Well, and for right-handed pitchers who are not looking at first, it's all instinct. You just have that feeling sometimes. Fires over to first, and he was right on the money.
Like you were saying, Charlie, Grand Canyon's had troubles on the bases. It showed right there, too. Here's the 2-2. Popped up. Foul. This is playable. On is the third baseman, Northrup, in front of the Wazoo dugout. Makes the catch. And just like that, in 2 pitches, it goes from 1 out to 3 after the pickoff and the pop out to third. So Grand Canyon gets no runs, 1 hit, no runners, no errors, and no runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. We're still scoreless here at Bailey Brayton Field. This is Washington State Baseball. And Kate Drew, the student voice of the Blues. We go to the bottom of the second here after Luke Myers picks off Trevor Schmidt at first, and then on the next pitch gets on to pop out to Northrop in foul territory. So we're still scoreless here in the bottom of the second. It's going to be Ollie Obenauer, Ryan Shawnsby, and Alexander Jaguar for Washington State.
The 4-5-6 of the Cougar lineup.
And a little bit of a delay here. Something wrong with the catcher Perez's mask, but it looks like he has it figured out. So Obenauer sets back in the box. Hitting 208 on the air. No homers, 1 RBI. Obenauer was on base just one time yesterday, walked in the 8th inning.
And that one's hitting the right field.
Yeah, that's going to get down for a base hit. Obenauer running first, heading to second. He is in with a slide. It's the leadoff double on the first pitch for Ollie Obenauer. Goes with the runner in scoring position right away for Ryan Shawnsby.
Well, jumps on the first pitch. Curves it just over the first baseman. Gets down the right field line. Scull-the-Fury has to run after it and did not position himself in a spot to be able to make a play on that one. Hops off the wall, and we got a leadoff double to start the inning.
So Ryan Shawnsby steps up now. Left-handed hitter. Hitting 270 on the air, 2 homers, 15 RBIs. Shawnsby moving up from the number 7 spot in the order to the number 6 spot. Number 5 spot. First pitch grounded right back to the pitcher. And Obenauer was in a pickle, but gets back, and that causes Shawnsby to get on base. Another defensive miscue by Grand Canyon. It's first and second, nobody out for Alexander Jaguar.
Yeah, bit of a weird play. I'm not sure exactly what the idea was. I think it's possible that Garrett Ahern thought that there was a forced play at third.
That was probably the thought behind it.
Either way, runners first and second, nobody gone for Washington State. Great chance to pounce and take the lead here early.
First pitch to Jaguar, shows button, pulls back, takes down low for a ball, 1-0. Jaguar, the reigning Mountain West Freshman of the Week. Hitting 286 on the air, 3 homers, 6 RBIs.
His first start here at Bailey Brayton Field.
Next pitch shows, but this time holds it down and it goes foul. 1-1. Jaguar showing bunt early on the first 2 pitches.
Jaguar, another one of the many Canadian players here for Washington State, the freshman from Quebec.
He's currently in a 1-1 count. Pitch back to second as Obenauer just barely back in on a pickoff attempt to second from Ahern. Obenauer just barely gets back in. Already seen 1 runner picked off today. And they're going to call that at bat by Shawnsby a fielder's choice hit to the pitcher's mound. So no hit for Shawnsby. So the 1-1 is on the outside corner for a strike, 1-2 on Jaguar. So Cougs still with 1 hit on the board, 1 hit apiece on both sides so far.
Neither runner taking much of a lead off.
This one's grounded to third. Lopez has it. Tags Obenauer going by. Throws to first in time for the out on Jaguar for the double play on the play. Shawnsby goes to second. So there's a runner at second, but there's now 2 outs for Dane Chavez.
Shawnsby still at second, and that will bring up Chavez.
Dane Chavez getting his first career start. And
are we going to have a review on first? Looks like we will.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Jaguar just took off for first. And yes, Coach Choate is going to challenge the play at first base.
And Jaguar is staying at first.
To me, it looked like he was out, but we'll have to see what they say. We've had 3 reviews in each of the first 2 games of this series, and we have our first one here in the bottom of the second. Not many of them have come from Coach Choate. I think only 2 of them so far. Most of them have come from the Grand Canyon side. Meanwhile, while we wait for this review, Ahern throwing warm pitches to stay loose. Now Greg Wallace is out of the dugout, talking to the home plate umpire. Another short conversation. He's walking back. So if this stands, it's going to be a double play, 2 outs, runner on second for Dane Chavez. If it's overturned, It'll be first and second, 2 outs for Dane Chavez. Either way, it will be a runner at second.
Got a runner in scoring position. Could get an extra base runner instead of between 1 out and 2 outs.
As of right now, there's 2 outs after the double play. Obenauer was out no matter what, as he was tagged going by third base. The third baseman Lopez tagged him on the way by.
For Jaguar, Chavez, and Watterson, first starts for them in this series. First starts at home this year. Robinson has been given the day off today, as well as Pirello.
Still under review here, we got Toby Bassner and Heath Jones, the first and second base umpires, over reviewing this. They're still on the phone. This is a long review, which makes me think that it's going to stand. I wouldn't be surprised. I thought first glance he was out.
Call on the field was a double play.
So they'll have to have enough evidence to overturn that call.
Chavez is up. Coming up after him is at third base today is Kyler Northrup. He's been moving around quite a bit. Played second base in the first 2 games of the series. Now has been shifted over to third. Obenauer been moved to DH.
Yeah, yesterday in the second inning, it was the Kyler Northrup's inning. He got all 3 putouts in that inning, including the one where he ran out into foul territory all the way from second base, went into right field, made an over-the-shoulder catch. Still under review here. This is an expedited review.
Had to call off Dustin Robinson to make that play.
By the looks of this, this is a sign that they're gonna stick with the call. Again, I wouldn't be surprised. Either way, there's gonna be a runner at second for Washington State. Just a matter of if there's gonna be first and second with 1 out or just second with 2 outs. Dane Chavez, the freshman from Kennewick, is in the on-deck circle chatting with Kyra Northrup, who's heading after him.
And during these long review periods, it's just about how can you stay focused? How can you continue to stay locked in on, stay on task, stay on focus? For pitchers, that's often just throwing a lot of warm-up pitches, not necessarily at full speed, but just doing something to make sure your form, your rotation still feels good. As a base runner, you got to keep your mental focus locked in. You do not want to get picked off. We've seen Grand Canyon have some struggles with that. Washington State looking to avoid that. And for fielders as well, it's just about keeping mental focus and staying prepared. And for the hitters, I think one of the greatest things you can do is talk to the guy on the on-deck circle, have a conversation about planning what you're seeing from the pitcher. Obviously, first time up for both Chavez and Northrup this game, so not much to talk about with what they've actually felt, but I'm sure that there's conversations in the dugout from the hitters that have already gone up once about what they're seeing from Garrett Ahern today.
And now the second base umpire is over, and it looks like they have the decision. So we await the decision, and we'll see what it is. And it's confirmed he is out, which means there was
enough evidence to make that decision. If the call stands, it means that there was not enough evidence to overturn it. If it's confirmed, there was enough evidence to make sure that they did indeed make the correct call.
Yep. So it is in fact a double play. So it is going to be first, or it's going to be runner on second with 2 outs for Dane Chavez, looking to get a base hit, driving a run. First pitch. Outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Getting ahead early is Ahern.
Garrett Ahern, ERA in the 5.7s. Whip of 1.77. Trying to get those numbers down this afternoon.
0-1 is down low for a ball, 1-1. Chavez hitting 200 on the year, no homers, 3 RBIs.
Garrett Ahern, a lot of walks and a lot of strikeouts, 25 and 12. 25 strikeouts, 12 walks in the early days still of this campaign.
Has no strikeouts or walks to this point. 1-1 check swing. Did he go? No, says the third base umpire, Neil Turner, and it's a 2-1 count on Dane Chavez.
I know I've said this before. I think I said it in the other two games. Neil Turner, the umpire at third base today, shared a flight with him back on Thursday night over to Pullman to call this series. Had a lovely conversation with him about the state of college athletics.
2-1 is inside, and that hits Dane Chavez. So it's going to be first and second, 2 outs for Kyra Northrup.
Must have just grazed him.
Northrup so far hitting 173, no homers, 5 RBIs. Did not. He went 0 for 4 yesterday. This one's grounded to third. Lopez has it. Throws to first in time for the out, and the inning is over. Washington State gets no runs, 1 hit, no errors, leaves 2 aboard. We've played 2 innings. It's scoreless. As we head to the third with Charlie on the play-by-play, this is Washington State Baseball on KGR, the student voice of the Blues. We go to the third. Penscover, Sanders, and Senko hit for Grand Canyon, and on the play-by-play is Charlie Templeton.
It's the 8-9-1 for Grand Canyon. 1 hit apiece, no score through 2 innings. 2 strikeouts, no walks, but 1 hit by a pitch on the mound so far through 2 for Luke Myers. Here's the first pitch. In there, strike 1. Just catches the corner of the zone.
Yeah, Myers finding ways to work ahead early in counts.
0-1. That one will skip off the dirt in front of home plate. On the by the backstop, Dennis Smythe, the home plate umpire, will walk back, put that one in his pocket.
Penscover is also a two-way player, right-handed pitcher when he's not playing outfield.
1-1 the count. Swings through that one, strike 2.
Yeah, that was kind of a that pitch was way up high. Swung a little early on that one. It cost him. Now he's down in the count 1-2.
Looking to put him away. That one hit over to second. Chavez can't make the play, but gets it in time. Fires over to first and does in fact make the play. Skipped up on him. Good recovery and able to get the out.
Yeah, with plays like that, with plays like that, when it's hit that hard, it kind of makes it difficult for the fielder to get a glove on it. But for Chavez, it was enough time. Penscover didn't run too hard down the line, but it was enough. It was good enough to get the out at first.
We'll bring up Troy Sanders, who swings through strike 1. Did not make contact. Sanders, the junior from Tucson, Arizona, hitting .227 on the year, 5 RBIs. Stares in ball 1, count evens at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out for Grand Canyon here in the top of the third. Northrup at third base playing up and in. Now he retreats back. The 2-1. In there again, kind of leaving it 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of 2-2 counts today.
Infield playing back, quick pitch. That's a ball that'll skip off the glove of Jaguar. Full count.
And luckily for Jaguar, there's nobody on, so gets away, but it doesn't do any harm.
That pitch with 13 on the shot, 13 on the pitch clock, as that one's hit in left field. That is a fair ball. It hits off the left field wall, and it'll be a stand-up double for Troy Sanders.
Yeah, that one just barely snuck in. Thought it was going to go foul for a second, but it banged off the very top, kind of by the 330 Mountain West logo, and was able to keep it fair. And it's a double and a runner in scoring position for the best hitter on the team, Jake Senko.
A one-out double. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Jake Senko. Top of the order. 0 for 1 today, struck out looking in the first. Looks in a pitch high inside for ball 1. No lead at second for Sanders.
Not on this pitch, and now he does. It's a partially big lead over there.
10 on the pitch clock. That went in there for a strike, counting himself at a ball and a strike. Seen a lot of pitches so far from Luke Myers early in the pitch clock.
Yes.
That one does not find the zone. 1 strike, 2 balls, 2-1 count.
Double play out of the question for Washington State, so they're going to have to rely on other outs.
Sanders stands at second. Senko watches a third straight pitch cross. That's ball 3.
Well, if Senko does get on here, there is a chance for double play with Mito Perez on deck.
Jake Senko, best hitter on the team average-wise, with an average of 380.
Down to 375 after the strikeout.
As that one's lifted into center field. Settling under it is Watterson. He will make the play. And that will advance Sanders over to third. Throw looked for a second there like it might get him, but it skips off the dirt and he's in there safely.
Yeah, if it didn't skip off of the turf there's a chance they would have got him. But Sanders dove in there easily, and now he's at third, and now a
runner 90 feet away from the plate. That'll bring up the catcher, Mito Perez. Popped up to Jaguar in the first inning. Hitting 250, 250 entering the game, 1 home run, 4 RBIs on this season. First pitch. Finds the zone, strike 1.
Next pitch will be 45 for Luke Myers here in the third.
2 hits allowed, no earned runs yet. He kicks, deals. In there, strike 2.
That's what we tend to see from Myers early on in this game. He's gotten ahead of a lot of batters 0-2 early in the count. Something Washington State loves to see out of their starting rotation.
Big lead from Sanders. He retreats. The 0-2. Hit down to second. Chavez corrals it. Underhand toss to Shawnsby, and that'll do it for the top of the second. One hit, no runs, no errors. 1 runner left on for Grand Canyon. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Watterson, Roy, and Matt Priest up for the Cougars. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. It'll be 9-1-2 up for Washington State, and leading off the inning will be the center fielder, Cole Watterson.
Yeah, Watterson getting his first start here this season at home. Was on that team last year. Redshirt junior from Smithfield, Utah. Transferred from Emmons Community College. Redshirted last year.
First pitch from Garrett Ahern. Down the middle, strike one.
Only at 18 pitches so far through 2 innings. Ahern cruising along so far.
Watterson today playing center field. That will shift Hartman over to right. 0-1 the count. Shakes off a pitch and now deals. Way outside. Count even themselves at a ball and a strike. Lopez at third playing up. Big gap between second and short. The 1-1. Just gets a piece of that one, fouls it off. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that one almost came back and deflected off both the catcher and the umpire. That was kind of a that ball got loose for a second. It was kind of weird the way that it turned out.
1-2 in there, and that will sit down Watterson. Could not get the bat off his shoulders on that fastball.
That's the first strikeout of the day for Ahern. That's now 26 strikeouts on the season.
Strikeout number 26. So the lineup will flip. It'll be Gavin Roy. Batting second for the Cougars. 1 out, nobody on. Nothing the score here in this bottom of the 3rd inning. So far in this game, Lopez, third baseman for Grand Canyon, has been playing a little bit up. Everybody playing back. Sanders in the outfield grass, short. 1-0 the count. He'll stare that one in. 2 balls now.
Yeah, Grand Canyon got a little bit of a shift on. Gavin Roy's got some power. That's why Sanders just barely on the lip of the outfield grass.
16 RBIs for the leadoff man in this Cougar lineup. The 2-0. Make that 3-0. That one skips off the glove of Perez.
Yeah, that one had a little bit of a weird curve to it. It almost came back and hit Gavin Roy in the shoulder.
And a big advantage here, up 3 balls to no strikes.
We'll have to see if Gavin Roy takes here.
He does. Called strike 1. Roy will step out and back into the box.
Roy does most of his damage on big counts like this.
3-1. Called strike 2. He was getting ready to walk down to first base, but the count goes full.
Yeah, he thought that was a ball. It might have looked a little bit outside, but for this umpire zone, it's
a little outside, maybe a little bit high.
Probably caught the outside.
3-2-1. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That one struck out to right field. Scaldaferi under it into foul territory, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning.
And yeah, the umpire does signal that it wasn't foul territory, so it is a fly out in foul territory.
So they'll bring up Matt Priest with 2 gone in the inning, still scoreless here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, Priest grounded out to first, unassisted his first time up. We'll see what he has for power display today.
Both pitchers so far have been cruising. That one, a little dribbler on the ground. Ahern scoops it up quick. Flick over to first to Peary, and that will do it for the 3rd. Cougars go quietly. Into the 4th we go. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. It'll be 3, 4, 5, the heart of the order for Grand Canyon. Scaldaferri, Peary, and Schmidt. Up in the top of the fourth. 0-0 your score here at Bailey Brayton Field. Top of the fourth between Grand Canyon and Washington State.
Yeah, Washington State looking for the sweep today. It would be a big momentum boost for Washington State in the conference standings. Picked to finish second to last behind Air Force, so a sweep would really do wonders for the Cougs.
First pitch from Myers. Skips off the dirt, skips off the glove of Jaguar. 1-0 the count. Jaguar having a couple problems behind the dish today, corralling some of these balls.
He is, but it seems like whenever he has problems, there's nobody on base, so it hasn't hurt.
It has not affected Washington State. So as of this moment, that one fouled off. Count goes to 1-1.
Myers currently at 48 pitches through 3 innings.
Both pitchers so far have been cruising. The 1-1. 1-2 now as that one finds the zone.
That's pitch by number 50.
Perhaps we won't see either pitcher go as deep as they did yesterday. But Washington State starting pitching with Nick Lewis on Friday, going 6. 104 pitches. They've been phenomenal. As Scaldaferri swings to that one, he's set down on strikes.
That was a called strike, actually, right down the middle, but that is the second strikeout for Luke Myers. Both have been in the looking variety today. So that gets right.
Second strikeout looking, third strikeout of the game, and that'll bring up Cannon Peary, the first baseman. One gone here, top of the fourth, scoreless tie.
That now gets Myers to 20 strikeouts on the season.
That one in there, count leaving itself in a ball and a strike. 1-1 count. Big factor this weekend has been the wind. The wind has died down. Today, the weather conditions throughout the series have been improving. Friday looked like we could have a rain delay, did not end up happening, and it's just been getting nicer and nicer as spring in Pullman is really starting to come into force. That one fouled, way foul. That one's going to leave the stadium and end up in the hills.
Yeah, definitely. The wind has been a factor, but obviously there's very little to no wind right now, so we probably won't see as many fly balls as we have the past 2 days.
It's been shifted. The wind has been blowing out towards right field. That one, he rings him up. 2 up, 2 strikeouts.
Strikeout number 4 for Myers, third in the looking variety. That's now 21 strikeouts on the air.
Luke Myers is dealing here through 4.
He's currently at 54 pitches. We could probably see him go at least 6 innings.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Trevor Schmidt. And he will take ball 1.
I know Washington State has got to be proud of the way that their starters have been able to go deep into the games this weekend, not having to use very many bullpen arms.
That one fouled right back. Count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 gone here, top of the fourth, still no score. Infield playing deep. That one up high for ball 2. 2-1 is the count. 3 hits so far, 2 for Grand Canyon, 1 for Washington State. And the 2-1 on its way. Check swing, did not go. 3-1 now the count to Trevor Schmidt, the junior from Anaheim, California.
Yeah, another 3-ball count for Myers. Well, we have seen him get ahead of the counts 0-2. He's also been struggling at times.
Swings through that one. Count will go full.
Myers looking for his 5th strikeout of the day.
It would be a 1-2-3 inning, 3 strikeouts if he's able to pull it off. 3-2 payoff pitch, fouled off into the parking lot.
And by that sound, it probably did hit a car. That one was close to actually hitting the stadium lights over here, but just missed it.
Rigsby up the lights, full count. Comebacker unable to make a play on it. Ends up with Chavez, his throw over to first far too late. And that's a 2-out single from Schmidt. That will bring up Lopez. Grand Canyon trying to get a little 2-out rally going here.
Yeah, with how deep that ball was hit, at that point, Chavez had to come all the way in from the grass. At that point, you might as well just not even make a play on it because Schmidt was clearly going to be safe.
Ground ball took an angle just sharp enough and just fast enough to evade the outstretched arm of Luke Myers. Second single of the day for Luke Schmidt. And that'll bring up Jose Lopez, who swings through strike one. Lopez 0 for 1 today, struck out in the second inning.
Average under 3 out of 3. Cougs would like to cool his bat down today.
And they take strike two. Lopez quickly finds himself down 0-2, trying to avoid being struck out for the second time today. Out 1-2 low, ball one. Myers looking for his 5th strikeout early in this one. One runner on for Grand Canyon. That's Schmidt, who leads off of first.
Meanwhile, the other starter for Ahern only at 1 strikeout so far today.
Steadies. The 1-2. Ground ball, foul, third base side. Just got a piece of that one, able to stay alive.
65 pitches now for Luke Myers. We'll see. He'll probably go back out there for the 5th. If Grand Canyon keeps battling, then his outing might get shorter.
Lopez, the freshman catcher from Miami. The 1-2. Struck into foul territory. Going back for it, Shonsby unable to make the play.
Yeah, just out of his reach. He did
just out of range. He did everything right there. Had a great jump for that one. Tracked it all the way, just a little bit too far.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. If Shonsby would have ran a little bit farther, he might have been able to catch that.
I don't think anybody was ever gonna be able to make a play on that one.
That was a great effort by Shonsby.
So we try 1-2 to Lopez again. Myers kicks, throws outside. Count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch count for Myers in this inning starting to climb.
Yeah, 67 pitches now for Myers.
The 2-2. Hit down to short. Northrup fires over to first in time, and that'll end the inning. 1 hit, no runs, 1 stranded, no errors for Washington State. That'll do it for the top of the 4th. It will be Hartman, Obenauer, and Shonsby up in the bottom part of the 4th inning. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. Into the bottom of the 4th. Still a scoreless tie here at Bailey Brayton Field in this 3rd game of a 3-game weekend series. Washington State's taking the first 2, looking for sweep here today. Leading off the inning will be the right fielder for today, number 23, Max Hartman. 0 for 1 today, flew out to right field, and he will take a first pitch. Ball, 1-0 the count. Well, we said the wind had died down. It's picked back up.
It has, just a little bit.
1-0. Hartman watches that one into the zone. Count will even itself at 1.
Has picked up enough to send our papers flying.
And it has this entire weekend. The 1-1 fouled off, just off the tip of the bat.
It is the perfect combination of baseball weather, though. Sun and obviously a little bit of wind. I mean, what's not to like about that?
Well, I think any day is a good day for baseball. You know, you look at Max Hartman, really the superstar of this Cougar lineup, has returned for his senior season. The 1-2 just got a piece of that one fouled off, and the at-bat continues.
Despite all these long battles, Ahern only at 38 pitches currently through 3 innings.
Ahern's had a couple of long battles, but he's also been able to get through a couple at-bats real quick. Looking at that last inning, he was able to get 3 outs pretty quick, and that one fouled back again.
Sends us flinching a little bit, goes right back to the screen.
Yeah, that netting's there for a reason. Netting goes all the way down the third baseline, all the way down the first baseline. And then it turns into just some regular fencing. The 1-2. Off the end of the bat over to second. Sanko scoops it up in time for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, he went out and reached for that one a little bit. A little stroke off of the chirp. It bounced off the chirp a little bit. Hartman can be fast, but he was not fast enough there.
So they'll bring up Ollie Obenauer. He is the only hit today for Washington State. He doubled back in the second. Ended up getting caught up in the Grigera double play. First pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, and Ahern still only with 1 strikeout on the day so far, still sitting at 26 strikeouts.
0-2 now as Ollie Obenauer watches that one in.
His ERA has certainly lowered. It's now at 4.97.
Started the day up at 5.9. Did he go? No, he did not, says the first base umpire. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, 1 gone, nobody on. Still a scoreless game here as we enter the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, and that's Bassner down there, down the first baseline. The same umpire that kicked out Greg Wallace yesterday. They're since he's down at the first baseline, they're a lot closer today.
1-2 swings through that one, and he goes down on strikes. Second strikeout of the day for Grand Canyon. Second strikeout of the day for Garrett Ahern.
And that'll bring Shawnsby up to the plate now. 267 average.
First pitch to Shawnsby in there, strike 1. Oh, 1. Neither offense really been able to do anything so far today. Grand Canyon had a runner on third. Back in the second.
Yeah, if you like a good old pitcher's battle, this game has certainly been the one for you so far.
Second inning was the closest either side got. Obenauer was at second. 1-1. Swung through by Shawnsby. He goes down 1-2. Washington State looking to avoid going down 1-2-3 for the second consecutive inning. Infield playing deep. The 1-2 on its way to Shawnsby. That got him.
Yeah, that pitch got inside, just barely clipped him, but he gets aboard nonetheless, and that's a runner on base for Alexander Jaguar now.
The catcher, number 4, Alexander Jaguar.
Shawnsby hit by pitch. He goes to first. We got a runner on for Alexander Jaguar.
Great walk-up song. It's Getting Jiggy With It by Will Smith. I mean, his nickname is Jiggy.
First pitch in there, strike one. Oh, one. Shows bunt. Did he peel it back in time? Yes, he did. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, luckily for Gary did. We've seen that a lot from Washington State over these last two games. They've shown bunt a lot. Sometimes they pull it back. Sometimes they square up and actually hit it. But Jaguar pulled that one back.
Garrett Aher in this game has done a fantastic job getting first pitch strikes as Jaguar swings through that one, now down 1-2. One, two on its way. Short lead at first. And that got him as well.
Yeah, that one got him in the back, almost up by the helmet.
The third hit by pitch today, the second in a row. Runners in first and second for Dane Chavez.
Yeah, Chavez was the first batter that got hit by a pitch today. If he gets in for a second time, they'd be loaded up. Obviously, Chavez doesn't want to get hit for a second time, and now this will prompt a meeting by the catchers and all the infielders.
So 2 straight hit by pitches. Washington State getting a small 2-out rally going here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, Aaron at 52 pitches, but he's kind of struggling right now with 2 outs. Coog's looking to get a 2-out rally going.
Having some issues with control. Shonsby, the runner at second. Jaguar, the runner at first for Dane Chavez. Freshman infielder from Kennewick, Washington. First pitch. Not in there. Ball one.
Yeah, it looked like a strike to me, but umpire does not agree. That luckily for Chavez hits.
Well, and after 4 straight first pitch strikes, first pitch ball this time to Chavez, the 1-0. 1-1. That time he finds the zone on the second pitch. Middle infield playing deep. Chanders now comes in. Looking for a play at second. The 1-1 way outside. Great play behind the dish by Perez. Has to lunge out for that one. And avoids the wild pitch.
Yeah, we've seen those balls get away, but we've seen those balls get way out of the zone, but we've also seen the two catchers make some great shots.
2-1. Bench back at first. That one hit over to third. And it's going to be a force out at third after a short standoff between Lopez and Shonsby. Washington State, no hits, no runs. They leave 2 on. No errors for Grand Canyon. That'll do it for the fourth. Scoreless tie here at Bailey Brayton Field. Coming up in the fifth, it'll be Declan Curran on play-by-play.
We go to the top of the fifth here at Bailey Brayton Field. It's going to be Owen, Penscover, and Sanders coming up for Grand Canyon here in the fifth inning. Owen 0 for 1 popped out in foul territory to Northrop to end the second inning last time. Still scoreless here. 3 hits for Grand Canyon, 1 for Washington State. Luke Myers back out there for the fifth, and the first pitch of the inning is in for a strike to Carson Owen. 71 pitches through 4 innings for Luke Myers.
4 strikeouts in that time as well. 1 hit by pitch, no walks.
0-1 swing and a miss by Owens. Swings right through it. Myers gets ahead early and counts again. It's 0-2. Looking for his 5th strikeout today. Not going to get it there. That one's chopped foul down the third baseline. Still 0-2 on Oland.
Scoreless tie. We've seen a lot more offensive action in the first 2 games of this series than we have today. We get a pitcher's duel. We get essentially a slugfest yesterday.
0-2 fouled off. That one's going to leave the park as well.
And then more of a routine game on Friday afternoon.
Yet another long battle put up by the hitter here. This time it's Carson Oland on the GCU side.
Carson with that vibrant yellow bat.
0-2 is down low for a ball. 1-2. 75 pitches now for Luke Myers.
You have to think this will likely be his last inning of work here in the 5th.
Although we do have nobody warming up in the pen right now.
No, nobody warming up for either side.
So it looks like let's stick with Myers for now. The 1-2 grounded right to short. Gavin Roy has it up with the throw over to Shawnsby in time for the out, and there's 1 away.
Well, he was going to have to hurry to make that play. He did in time. 1 gone.
So that'll bring up Gunnar Penscover 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out to second in the third inning.
21, Gunnar Penscover.
Average now down to 294. No homers, 1 RBI. The sophomore from Phoenix, where GCU's campus is located. First pitch, swung on, hit into center field. On it is Watterson. That's an easy catch for Cole Watterson. And there's quickly 2 outs here for Luke Myers with the number 9 hitter, Troy Sanders, coming up.
Nothing helps your pitch count more than a 1 pitch out. And that's just
Shortstop.
what Luke Myers got right there.
Troy Sanders.
Sanders,
Going up, he doubled back in the 3rd inning.
that's all it's been for him. Is 1 for 1 with that double on a full count pitch as well. That was the one he just barely kept fair, hit off the top of the wall. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Myers gets yet another first pitch strike to another batter. Here's the 0-1. In for a strike, 0-2. Quickly ahead, 0-2.
I was complimented earlier, Garrett Ahern, for getting those first pitch strikes. Luke Myers now doing the same thing for the Cougars.
Next pitch will be number 80 for Luke Myers. Here it comes. Down low for a ball. Good stop by Jaguar, 1-2. Still nobody warming up in the pen for Washington State. Looks like we're going to stick with Myers. He's cruising along. Might be back out there for the 6th inning. GCU's bullpen is quiet as well. Here's the 1-2. Down low, ball 2, 2-2.
Down low, looked a little bit outside. Jaguar has to slide over a little bit to make that play. Keeps it in front of him. Still nobody on. 4 hits, 3 for Grand Canyon, 1 for Washington State. Still scoreless through 4.
2-2, swung on foul down the right field line into the GCU bullpen. Actually bounces off of the indoor batting cages into the GCU bullpen. It's still 2-2 on Sanders. Next pitch will be number 83 for Myers. Still nobody loose in the Washington State bullpen. Here's the pitch outside.
And he's worked it full.
Sanders having to get out of the way of that one just a little bit. It's now full 3-2. Leadoff man Jake Senko on deck for Grand Canyon. Cougs would love to not see him till next inning. 3-2 pops up. Fun into right field. On it is Hartman. He makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Luke Myers. Sets down the side in order. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still scoreless here at Bailey Brayton Field on the glorious Sunday afternoon. This is Washington State Baseball and KGR, the student voice of the Blues. We go to the bottom of the fifth, still scoreless here at Bailey Brayton Field. Coming up for the Cougs, 8-9-1 hitters, Northrop, Watterson, and Roy. Northrop 0 for 1 on the day, going out to third, back in the second. Garrett Ahern still out there to start the fifth for the Lobes at 56 pitches through 4 innings so far. Still only on one. Check that, he's on 2 strikeouts. Watterson and Obenauer.
Got Watterson looking. Got Obenauer swinging, and they get strike 1 right there.
Yeah, working out of the count. That one's in there for a strike on Northrop. Hitting 171, no homers, 5 RBIs. Hasn't been the most productive player for the Wazoo this year. Northrop shows bunt, and that one goes foul. It's 0-2.
Washington State, one of the top teams in sacrifice bunts. They like to lay them down. They also like to show bunts and then do something else with them entirely.
Yeah, and
We have not seen many show bunt then swing. We've seen a lot of show bunt, pull it back.
we've definitely seen a lot of shown bunts here these last 2 days. 0-2 swung on, hit in the left field. That's gonna drop in fair. Northrop heading to second. He's in with a stand-up leadoff double. Runner in scoring position immediately for Cole Watterson. Just barely keeps that in, Kyra Northrop, and boy, the Cougs love to see that.
Yeah, that looked like an almost identical to the double by Sanders. One that looked like it was going to break foul, but just stays in.
So Cole Watterson is up now. Struck out looking back in the third. Next pitch for Ahern will be number 60. Watterson hitting 0.63 on the air. No homers, no RBIs.
So a slow start from him.
It is a slow start, but he has not got much playing time this year at all.
Big chance to make an impact here and get his first RBI of the year.
Here's the first pitch. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike, 0-1. Yet another shown bunt. We've seen that one too many times for Washington State this series. Not very many successful bunts for the Cougs so far. Shows bunts again. This time he doesn't pull back, and he went too far on that one. That's a strike. It's 0-2.
2 straight shown bunts. 2 straight strikes.
Now Watterson falls behind 0-2. Ahern looking for his 3rd strikeout, 2nd of Watterson today.
Cougars have a runner on. It's Kyler Northrop.
And checks back and stops off the mound and doesn't throw over. And I guess they are using the pickoff rules because they signal that is a move over to second. So that's 1.
0-2 the count, 1 on. Scoreless tie here in the 5th.
Here's the pitch. Shows bunt, pops it up. That's going to land in front of the catcher, Lopez, who throws it away. Watterson heading to first. He's going to second. Coming in to score is Kyra Northrop. Watterson heading to third, and he's going to stop there. Shows out a butt. Gets all the way to third on an error. What heads up base running by Watterson and Northrop. Northrop comes in to score, and the Cougs have a 1-0 lead.
Well, you don't often see a bunch triple, do you?
No, you don't. I don't think that'll be a triple though. That should be a 3-base error. Charged to the catcher Perez, but either way, it's 1-0 Washington State and a runner at third for Gavin Roy, the leadoff hitter. And they have just given an error to Lopez, so it's a 3-base error. Allows Washington to get to third. Roy takes the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0.
E2, and that is the 6th, I believe the 6th error of the series on Grand Canyon.
Yeah, something that's definitely haunted JCU so far in this series.
Grand Canyon, brand new to the Mountain West this year, still searching for their first conference victory.
1-0 swung on and fouled over by the indoor batting cages. It's a long strike 1. 1-1 now on Gavin Roy. Roy now hitting 364, no homer, 16 RBIs. Over 2 on the day, grounded out to second in the first, flew out in foul territory to right in the third. Swung on, fouled off in almost the exact same spot. It's now 1-2 on Gavin Roy.
Yeah, that'll join the other one he just fouled off.
65 pitches now for Ahern, and nobody loose in the GCU bullpen, or the Washington State pen for that matter.
But we do have, it looks like we do have some movement out in the Cougar bullpen.
1-2 is up high for ball 2-2. Do have a little bit of movement. We don't see anybody actually up on the mound throwing just yet, but we do have a little bit of movement in there.
Bottom of the 5th, Washington State breaks the scoreless tie. They lead 1-0.
Roy looking to drive home Watterson from third. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit into left field. That's going to down for a base hit. It's an RBI for, well, he's not stopping there. He's going to sting two, and he's in there with a stand-up RBI double scoring Cole Watterson. It's 2-0 Cougs. Gavin Roy with an RBI double. And that'll bring up Matt Priest.
For the Cougars, number 21, Dustin Robinson.
So that's gonna be RBI number 17 on the air for Gavin Roy. The third run scored on the season for Watterson.
And we're gonna see him move here. Dustin Robinson.
Yes.
Now. Here will replace Matt Priest.
Dustin Robinson is in for Matt Priest, probably because facing a right-hander, it's a left-handed hitter wants the left-right advantage, but we thought Robinson would get the day off, but he comes in here early in the 5th inning.
Had the day off initially. Washington State now leading 2-0. Runner on second is Gavin Roy.
So Priest will finish 0 for 2. Ground out to first and a ground out to the pitcher in the third. Robinson swings through the first pitch and misses 0-1. Next pitch will be 69 for Ahern.
As he approaches the 70 pitch mark.
Here's the 0-1. Down low for a ball, 1-1. Robinson hitting 203, no homers, 13 RBIs on the air. Looking to drive in Roy at second, make it 3-0 Cougs with still nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Just misses, ball 2, 2-1 on Dustin Robinson. Still nobody warming up in the pen for GCU despite Ahern being at 70 pitches here through 4 innings. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike. Count evens on Robinson, 2-2. On deck is Max Hartman. Hartman looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Here's the 2-2 to Robinson. Swung on, hit foul on top of the roof of the concession stand and into the parking lot. Cougs are known to hit long foul balls that lead the stadium. We've certainly seen a lot of that today.
No, I never understood the why they call it a concession stand. They're not conceding anything to you. You have to pay for it.
Here's the 2-2. Swings right through that one. Was looking for the fences. It didn't work out. That's strike 3 and the third strikeout of the afternoon for Garrett Ahern, and that'll bring up Max Hartman with 1 out and a runner on second.
Max Hartman.
Still no movement in the GCU pen right now. Ahern staying on to face another lefty, Max Hartman.
Gavin Roy still the runner on second base.
Here's the pitch to Hartman. In there for a strike, 0-1. Another first pitch strike for Ahern.
That one looked outside, but they're going to give it to him.
Hartman hitting 325 on the air, 2 homers, 15 RBIs. Be a great time for RBI number 16, possibly 17. Here's the pitch. Grounded to second, up with the ball. Senko throws to first in time for the out on the play. Roy goes over to third, so it's a productive out as it moves another runner 90 feet from home, and that'll bring up Ollie Obenauer with two down here in the bottom of the 5th.
Obenauer 1 for 2, doubled in the second, struck out in the 4th.
So Hartman now is 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts to the second baseman, including 2 in the last 2 innings. First pitch to Obenauer, down low for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch will be 77 for Garrett Ahern.
And now we're seeing some movement out in the Grand Canyon bullpen.
We're starting to. There's a guy getting loose, not actually throwing, but he is getting loose. Obenauer fouls that one off. It's 1-1 now.
Well, so we've hit off the concession building. We've hit off the indoor baseball complex, and now we've hit off the Taylor Sports Complex. We got them all.
The only thing we need is to hit one off the press box. 77 pitches now for Ahern. Here's the pitch. Just up high for a ball. 2-1.
Roy broke for home, able to get back in time.
Yeah, with 2 outs, Cougs did not want the inning to end on a pickoff. We've already seen that happen once back in the 2nd inning. JC runner got picked off first. Here's the 2-1 check swing. He went too far. That's a strike. It's 2-2.
And not the first time that's happened this series. That's the second time Grand Canyon's had a pickoff end the inning.
Yeah, we had one yesterday too.
That was Sanchez getting picked off at first.
JC is definitely their errors and lack of base running have been costly this series. Here's the 2-2.
Particularly in a game that was as close as game 2 of the series yesterday was.
As the 2-2 is just a bit outside for Obenauer, so it's a full count 3-2. On deck, Ryan Shawnsby, another left-handed hitter in the lineup.
Full count.
Here's the pitch. Chopper slowly hits to the shortstop. Sanders gets up, throws to first in time for the out, and that'll do it for the inning. But not before Washington State gets 2 runs on 2 hits. There was an error, and there was a runner left on base. We go to the 6th. Washington State 2, Grand Canyon nothing. This is Washington State baseball on KJR, the student voice of the Palouse. We go to the top of the 6th inning at Bailey Brayton Field. 2-0 Washington State leads after the Northrop double and after the Watterson 3-base error and the Gavin Roy double. Be the top of the order, Senko Perez, Shouta Ferry to face Luke Myers still out there in the 6th.
And we have a change for Washington State. Robinson coming, who pinch hit for Matt Priest, now playing in left field.
First pitch in there for a strike to Senko. Here's the 85th pitch for Myers. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Myers getting it. We're getting ahead 0-2. Yet another hitter. Something he's been accustomed to today. Here's the 0-2. Outside 1-2. Senko hitting .370, no homers, 10 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Down in the dirt for a ball. 2-2. 88th pitch coming up for Myers.
Some action going on in the Cougar bullpen.
Grounded. That's going to go foul right in front of Kyra Northrop. So Senko stays alive. 2-2.
And that one just fell.
And we do have an arm warming up in the pen for the Cougs. It looks like it's a left-hander. Can't see the number. Kind of blocked by a pennant down the left field line.
I think it's Eric Rodriguez,
who has not pitched here this season. Senko steps back into the box. It's 2-2 after just barely hitting that last pitch foul. Looking for the strikeout. There's the pitch. Swung on, flied into right. On it is Hartman in front of John Olrud's number, and he makes the catch for the first out. Senko 0 for 3 on the day with 2 flyouts.
Well, it's been a game of inches on the left field line today.
That'll bring up Mito Perez. Next pitch will be number 90 for Luke Myers, and Nathan Cho's going to keep him in there for at least one more batter. Luke Myers cruising along today, and the defense certainly helping him out despite the 3 hits he's given up. First pitch in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Perez 0 for 2 today. Popped out to Jaguar in foul territory in the first and grounded out to the second baseman Chavez in the third. 1-0 is fouled in front of the Washington State bullpen, 1-1. So it's now 1-1 on Mito Perez. Pitch number 92 on the way from Myers. In there for a strike, 1-2. Myers
still looking for his 5th strikeout.
Let's see if he gets it here on a 1-2. Not there. That one's outside. 2-2 on Perez.
That one looks like it just missed the zone.
You would have to think if he gets Perez, Cho to let him stay out there to face Scout Ferry. Here's the 2-2. Just missed for a ball. Full count, 3-2.
Neither Perez nor Scaldaferi have a hit today.
Next pitch will be number 95 for Myers. Here's the pitch. Swung on foul over by the batting cages, and it's foul.
Well, it looks like if he's kept in the inning, he will hit the century mark.
Next pitch will be 96 for Luke Myers. We've already seen one pitcher hit the century mark.
That was Nick Lewis on Friday afternoon. Hit 104, went 6 innings.
Crooks is certainly like that out of Myers. Here's the pitch. Grounded to third. Up with the ball is Northrup. Throws on to first in time for the out, and there's 2 gone. Now bring up Billy Scaldaferi, the right fielder.
Well, no movement from the Cougar bench. No movement from the Cougar dugout. No movement from the bullpen. They're keeping him in.
For at least one more batter. Scaldaferi 0 for 1 on the day. Hit by pitch in the first. Struck out looking in the fourth. Hitting 301 now. 3 homers, 20 RBIs. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Yet another first pitch strike from Luke Myers. Next pitch will be number 98 for Luke Myers. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. So quickly ahead, 0-2. Trying to set Grand Canyon down 1-2-3 for the second consecutive inning.
Looking to set him down 1-2-3. Looking for this 5th strikeout. Looking to finish his day with 6 scoreless.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on foul into right. That's going to get it out of the ballpark, off of the indoor batting cages into the GCU bullpen. Still 0-2.
Yeah, look at that. That almost hit someone down there.
Next pitch will be number 100 for Luke Myers.
Still 0-2. Looking to finish it exactly 100 if he gets the strikeout here.
And this one's grounded to third. This will help. Northrup has it. Throws to first. In time for the out. Shawnsby keeps his foot on the bag. And Wubs go 1-2-3 for the second inning in a row. Luke Myers, outstanding day. 100 pitches through 6 innings.
All right, I'll be right back.
That'll almost going to be his last inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 Washington State on KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Bailey Brayton Field. It's 2-0 Washington State. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Ryan Shawnsby, Alexander Jaguar, Dane Chavez, to face Griffin Ahern, still on in the 6th inning for Grand Canyon at 81 pitches currently through 5 innings. Shawnsby hitting 2 of 67 on the year, 2 homers, 15 RBIs. Currently 0 for 0 on the day. Fielder's choice and a hit by pitch. This one's fouled straight back into the seats, just in front of our booth for strike 1, 0-1 on Ryan Shawnsby. Oh, 1 on the way. Swung on, hit, foul, just behind our booth again, over in the parking lot. 0-2 on Shawnsby. Ahern now at 83 pitches here in the 6th. Next pitch, swing and a miss down in the dirt. Catcher has to turn on to first. He does. Perez throws down to Peary, and Shawnsby is out on a drop third strike for the first out in the inning.
You know, I always wondered who came up with that with the drop third strike rule. It feels a bit arbitrary, doesn't it?
Yeah, it could seem like that. And we're going to have a pinch hitter coming in for Jaguar. It's going to be Noah Thine coming in.
Number 46.
So Jaguar finishes 0 for 1, gone into a 5-3 double play in the 2nd, hit by pitch in the 4th. Makes way for Noah Thine, right-handed hitter coming in to face the right-handed pitcher. GCU, a little bit of action in the pen. Really, we're warming up just in front of the mound, just getting warmed up. But for now, Ahern will stay out there. Thine hitting 150 on the year, no homers, 3 RBIs.
Noah Thine has played now in all 3 games of the series, only starting in one of them.
First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Actually, Thine is a left-handed hitter, so it's a lefty-righty matchup. Shows bunt, pops that one up, foul, right behind the plate, in front, right next to the Washington State logo. It's 0-2.
I think there was some confusion there about where that ball went.
Yeah, the GCU catcher and everybody else looked very confused about where it went, but they ultimately found it. So it's 0-2 on Thine now. Yet another 0-2 count.
Both sides with 3 hits, but again, Grand Canyon struggling to put hits together.
And there's the first ball of the inning by Ahern as that one missed as low, 1-2. Next pitch will be number 88 for Ahern here in the 6th.
Ahern has 4 strikeouts.
Looking for his 5th. Here's the 1-2. Just outside, just barely misses Noah Thine. It's 2-2.
That one almost hit him.
Almost did hit him. He just backed out of the way of that one.
That would have been the 4th hit by pitch.
Thine,
for Ahern today.
Thine swings, gets a piece of that one, fouls it straight back to the screen, 0-2. Next pitch will be number 90 for Ahern, and we have, looks like just a little bit of action in the GCU bullpen. Looks like only one pitcher warming up right now.
Does not look like full force either, just getting started.
There's the 0-2. Down low for ball 3. So down in the count 0-2. Thine has worked the count full. It's now 3-2. Dane Chavez standing on deck for the Cougars.
Noah Thine, you have to imagine, will replace Jaguar at catcher.
Here's the pitch, lined and caught by Sanders. He did not even have to jump. That was lined right to him, and that's being a line out to the shortstop for the 2nd out.
Took one step, makes the snag.
Dane Chavez.
So Thine is 0 for 1 on the day in his first at bat. And here's Dane Chavez up now, 0 for 1, hit by pitch in the 2nd, got into a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. Looking for his first hit today, 195, no homers, 3 RBIs. Here's the first pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. You would have to imagine that if Ahern gets this out, he might be out to start the 7th. But he is at 92 pitches, so this could be his last inning.
I don't know. With a pitch count that high, I don't think they're going to bring him out again.
Chavez shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike, 1-1. Yeah, Luke Myers has probably done 101 pitches through 6 innings. What a start by Myers. Chavez squares, shows bunt, squares this one, grounds it right to the pitcher, throws to Peary for the out, and that'll do it. Cougs go 1-2-3 yet again as Ahern sets down the side, and we go to the 7th, 2-0 Washington State on KUGR, the student voice of the Blues. It'll be 4-5-6 here for Grand Canyon, the top of the 7th, and new pitcher on the mound. It's Eric Rodriguez to take you through the 7th and 8th. Here's Charlie Templeton.
So that'll end the day for Luke Myers. Fantastic effort. 6 scoreless innings, 101 pitches. Rodriguez takes a while. Finds a pitch he likes. First pitch. Inside, he got him. 1 pitch, and we have 1 runner on base.
Yeah, that's not a good way to make your debut at Bailey Brayton Field. Nails him with the first pitch. Rodriguez on the air, 6.75 ERA, 6 strikeouts, 5 walks, 12 hits given up.
So that'll bring up the designated hitter, Trevor Schmidt. Peary takes lead off of first. First pitch fouled off.
Yeah, final line for Griffin Smith, 6 innings, 101 pitches, 4 strikeouts, no walks on the day. So very great outing today by Luke Myers.
The 3 starting pitchers in this series have just been phenomenal for Washington State. That one fell back out of the yard.
Yeah, no doubt. Washington State's had some great pitching this series. Hopefully it holds up into next weekend when you play the projected winner of the Mountain West, Nevada.
Before that, they head up to Spokane for a matchup with the Bulldogs. Washington State-Gonzaga, rivalry that's going to continue back into the new Pac-12.
Yeah, Cougs and Zags will play 3 times this year. 2 of those games will be in Spokane. 1 of them will be here at Bailey Brayton Field.
This one struck deep out to center field. Going back at the wall. That one is gone. It clears the elevated section of center field. He absolutely got every little bit of that one. And Trevor Schmidt has tied this game at 2 with 1 swing of the bat.
Yeah. I mean, we knew it was going to happen at some point. I guess all GCU needed was to see somebody other than Luke Myers. Myers went 6 shutout innings, and now he might not. He might get it. He might end up getting a. Now this will give him a no decision, which is unfortunate after the outstanding outing that he had.
Tie game, still nobody out. So that'll bring up the third baseman, Jose Lopez. First pitch fouled off hard. That one might have crossed 270 with how far that one went.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of foul balls hit over in that territory so far today.
Left side of the infield playing back. Hit over to short. Gavin Roy up with it. Has to hurry the throw. One gone.
Yeah, certainly the bounce back that Rodriguez needed after giving up that 2-run homer to tie this game. But going back to that homer, left that pitch to Schmidt right down the middle, and that's a hitter's happy zone. Cranked it right over the center field wall, exactly 400 feet, right over that 400-foot wall in center.
So that'll bring up Carson Oland, number 7, the 7-hole hitter playing left field today with one gone. Now, and all of a sudden, tied ball game at 2 here in the 7th inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Make that 2 balls and no strikes to Oland.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's college field, high school, minor leagues, or major leagues. Hitting a ball straight away center field, 400-plus feet is a very hard thing to do.
It is indeed, and it has to be a fantastic feeling too. Not only to hit a ball that far, but get a clean hit on it, bring your team right back into contention to get this game and get the first victory in Mountain West play for Grand Canyon. That went in there, so we go from 3-0 to 3-1.
Yeah, great job by Owen there, being aware of what the count is, 3-0, taking the pitch, which is what you should do in that situation.
Rodriguez trying to work it full. That one hit over to second. Chavez. Quick throw over to first. That one in the dirt. Sean's be able to pick that one off the ground. 2 outs now in the 7th.
Yeah, I started writing in my scorebook. I thought that was going to be an obvious out, and based off the crowd's reaction, that didn't seem like an easy play, but I'm sure that Rodriguez will take that instead of working the count full as Nathan Choate comes out for a quick visit. Remember, Nathan Choate's the pitching coach as well, besides the head coach, so sometimes we're not exactly sure if he's going to make a pitching change or not. Would be nice if the Cougs had someone else as the pitching coach so we could tell if it was a substitution or not, but looks like it looks like it's just the mound visit to get Rodriguez settled in as he gets ready to face Gunnar Penscover.
At the plate, center fielder number 21, Gunnar Penscover.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Penscover. 2 out here in the top of the 7th. He takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Nobody on for Grand Canyon. That first pitch was high, second pitch down low, 2-0.
Well, yeah, this so far but we've seen one high, we've seen one low. Now maybe we'll see one down the middle here.
The 2-0 goes back high, 3-0. Eric Rodriguez having some trouble finding the zone last couple at bats.
Yeah, so far he's only thrown 4 strikes to this point.
Finds the zone this time, 3-1.
14 pitches, 5 strikes, so 9 balls. So this is definitely not the time that Washington State pitchers need to be missing the strike zone.
Northrop retreating back to third. Swings through that one. Count goes full. Penscover 0 for 2. Grounded to second in the 3rd. Flew out to center in the 5th. Full count. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. We'll try it again.
Yeah, Rodriguez battled back down 3-0. He's gotten Penscover to take a couple of strikes, and now it's full looking for his first strikeout and set down GSU, limit the damage to only 2 runs.
The 3-2. And he walked him. Penscover heads to first. And that'll bring up Sanders, the 9-hole hitter, the shortstop.
And that's the first walk of the day by Cougar pitching today. Didn't think it would happen in the 7th, but it has. And that just goes to show you how great of an outing Luke Myers had today.
Two pitchers starting stretches in the bullpen for Washington State. That is a big swing from Sanders. Does not find anything. 0-1.
Yeah, one of those pitchers stretching looks to be Tabor Fast, a left-handed pitcher.
1 on, 2 out. The 0-1. In there, strike 2.
Actually, that's August Ritchie down there, number 11. He's one of the ones getting loose. We actually have one pitcher throwing and like 2 more getting loose, but we actually have one pitcher actually up and throwing right now.
So 3 warming up in the Cougar bullpen, 1 throwing. The 0-2 from Rodriguez. Right down the line is Shawnsby. Fair ball, and that'll do it. Hit right to him. He collected it on the bag. His glove was already touching the bag. So that'll do it for the 7th. One hit, and it was the only one they needed. 1 hit, 2 runs. No errors. They leave 1 on base, but they exit the inning. Now tied at 2. Washington State looks to respond in the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. We all of a sudden have a tie game here into the bottom of the 7th inning. Washington State has their 8-9-1. Northrop, Watterson, and Roy.
Yeah, a handful of changes here for Grand Canyon. Let's start on the mound. We have a new pitcher. Garrett Ahern goes 93 pitches through 6 innings. Gives way to Jay Smith, the right-hander, an ERA of 9, 71, 11 strikeouts, 5 walks. Moving from center field to left field is Gunnar Penscover. And moving into the 7th spot, playing center field in Carson Owen's spot, is Griffin Cameron.
Game tied at 2, bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Northrop. In there, strike 1. Washington State looked to be controlling this game for a while, until all of a sudden everything changed with a big blast from Trevor Schmidt right over the center field wall. He got every ounce, every atom of that one, cleared the center field wall. 1-1 now the count. Northrop takes ball 2.
Yeah, so actually that walk to Penscover back in the top of the 7th, that was the first walk for either side today. Aher, no walks, 2 strikeouts in 6 innings.
The 2-1. Down low, 3-1 now.
Washington State looking to get their first batter aboard via the walk today.
Going to be their first batter aboard since the 5th inning.
When Gavin Roy had the RBI double.
This one into foul territory. It looks like that's going to clear the dugouts. Yes, it will.
We got a couple kids chasing after it.
Peary gave chase to it. Was never going to be able to make the play. Full count to Northrop. Washington State would love to get a leadoff base runner here in this tie ball game.
Yes, they would.
Payoff pitch. On the line, down to Sanders at third. He's going to have to get that one out fast. He's safe. The throw pulls Cannon Peary off the bag, and the Cougars have a leadoff single.
That would be my guess. Would be a leadoff single. We'll have to see if they change the hits to 4 or the errors to 2. But I wrote down in my scorebook a single. But Northrop, with his speed, and yes, they gave him a single. I was gonna say I would think they would give him a single with how fast Northrop ran down that first base line.
So that brings up Cole Waters in the center fielder.
So Northrop's second hit of the day. Now halfway through the cycle, needs a triple and a homer. Got the easy ones out of the way.
Northrop short lead. Drops down a bunt. This could be 2. Instead, they take the easy play at first. Watterson bunts down to the pitcher. 1 gone, but the runner advances to second. Northrop now in scoring position for the Cougs.
Yeah, that's what you like to see there. Yeah, with how many bunts the Cougs have either laid down or shown this series, eventually one of them was going to pay off. That time it did. It's a successful squeeze, moves Northrop into second and into scoring position for the guy who drove in the second run for Washington State.
So they'll bring in Gavin Roy. Leadoff hitter as the lineup flips, and he takes strike 1.
And with Northrop's speed, we saw how fast he beat that throw down the first baseline with his speed.
A single could score him.
I would assume so.
That one on the line to short. That's going to advance Northrop, but Roy is thrown out at first. So they'll bring up Dustin Robinson. Pinch hitting for Matt Priest. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Number 21, Dustin Robinson.
He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Yes, but he has his average is 200. Not great, but this would be the perfect time for Robinson to produce with the go-ahead run 90 feet away now.
The runner at third is Northrop. 2 gone for Washington State here in the 7th, and he takes strike 1. Jay Smith doing a fantastic job at getting ahead early in these counts.
Yep, just like Luke Myers did for Washington State earlier. Ended up going 6 full innings.
The 0-1 swings through that one a little early. 0-2.
Yeah, Justin Robinson trying to swing for the fences there. Get this crowd fired up.
Cougars trying to avoid stranding the runner at third. 2 sacrifices got Northrop over to third. The 0-2 swings through it, and he goes down. They do not go 1, 2, 3. It takes them 4 at bats. Jay Smith is able to neutralize the threat from third, and we go to the 8th, still tied at 2. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
batted, second inning, number 8, Jake Senko.
Last time up, Grand Canyon was able to put 2 on the board and tie this game up at 2. We're in the top of the 8th inning here at Bailey Brayton Field. Jack Senko, it's the 1-2-3 for Grand Canyon, starting with Jack Senko, the second baseman, and he lays off ball 1.
Yeah, Eric Rodriguez really struggling to find the zone right now.
Rodriguez staying on for a second inning of work. Senko lays off again. This time that one a little bit closer, gets called strike 1.
As now it looks like we have just one guy, but it's a lefty warming up this time, and it's Tabor Fast.
The 1-1. 3 straight outside pitches. Count goes to 2-1.
23 pitches here for Rodriguez through an inning of work.
The 2-1 to Senko. Right back at him. What a play on the mound. Turns around. Ball falls right into his glove.
Who says pitchers aren't athletes?
Eric Rodriguez making the snag. 1 gone, and that'll bring up the catcher, Mito Perez.
The catcher, number 6, Nito Perez.
Now, I wasn't a pitcher myself. I was never really good enough to play baseball, but I hear people say all the time pitchers aren't athletes, but that shows right there that they are indeed athletes.
First pitch to Perez, called strike 1. Mito Perez. Obviously, the Grand Canyon color scheme, that light gray and purple. Mito Perez has a bright yellow bat. Very distinctive in this lineup. The 0-1. Right back at him. This time, Rodriguez unable to make the play. That gets into center field, and it is a 1-out single for Mito Perez.
Yeah, that one was hit a little bit harder than the last one. Obviously, Rodriguez did a good job not even trying to get his glove out and catch that one. That one could have hit him right in the face. Could have been a serious injury.
Billy Scaldaferri now up, 1 runner on in a tie ball game. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. Good job by Thine behind the plate to keep hold of that one. Very little leadoff for Mito Perez. Now he takes about 2 or 3 steps. Rodriguez kicks, deals outside again, 2-0.
Looks like we have one pitcher warming up in the Wazoo bullpen and one pitcher warming up in the Grand Canyon bullpen. And by what they are actually throwing.
2-0. Rodriguez fires out at first. Perez back safely. Back safely by quite a bit.
Yeah, if you're Grand Canyon, that kind of scares you with how many times they've been picked off. And this is one of the things I hate. Cho's coming out to take Rodriguez out mid at bat. I still don't understand why coaches do that, but as soon as he came out, he was signaling to the bullpen to bring in the lefty Tabor Fast with a string of right-handed hitters coming up. So Rodriguez will finish with.
He goes 1 1/3.
Yeah, 28 pitches, no strikeouts, 1 walk. It had a hard time commanding the strike zone. Didn't really find his stuff today. Actually, it looks like it's not going to be Tabor Fast. It's going to be Rylan Hyder. Didn't see him warming up in the pen, so he's going to go to the righty instead of the lefty with 3 of the next with two right-handed hitters coming up and 2 left-handed hitters coming up. Or 3 of the next 4 hitters coming up are right-handers, so he wants to bring the right-hander Hyder in, who saw action yesterday.
And he comes back in. Washington State calls to their bullpen again.
Now on the mound for the Cougars, number 54, Rylan Hyder.
Now the question becomes, if Hyder walks this batter, will it be charged to Rodriguez or will it be charged to Hyder?
I think it's whoever starts the at-bat.
That's what I think too, so it would probably be charged Rodriguez, but we'll have to see what happens here. I know that I've seen a hitter get ejected mid at bat on a 1-2 count, and they struck out, and the strikeout went to the batter who got ejected. So I'm guessing that's probably the same situation.
I gotta go to the baseball games you're going to. You always got so many stories, just the crazy things that go on at the games you go to.
Well, it's not in person. I've
games you've
seen it at games I've watched. Yeah, but
I see. All right.
this is it's probably a similar situation for the pitcher here. Hyder coming in 4.91 ERA, 15 strikeouts, 5 walks. Scott Ferry will be the first batter that he faces.
And Hyder already playing from behind. 0-2 was the count when 2-0 was the count when Rodriguez exited the game, and it'll be the count now.
Rylan Hyder, the side-winding right-hander.
Hyder fires back to first. Perez back in time. I've noticed throughout the series, Grand Canyon's leads have been getting shorter and shorter. Started the series around 5, maybe 5.5. Pretty big leads. Got smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah, that's probably what Greg Wallace, the head coach, told him after they've gotten picked off multiple times.
The 2-0. Driven down the line. Could this be 2? Northrup. Did they turn 2? Yes, they did. Northrup to Chavez to Shonsby, and that'll do it for the top of the 8th. 5, 4, 3, double play.
Yeah, just one pitch for Rylan Hyder. I would pretty much say he goes out in the 8th, but if not, just one pitch is all you need.
They'll be coming back for the 9th. We'll be coming back for the bottom of the 8th. Still tied at 2. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. Pitching change now for Grand Canyon. Jacob Limas comes into the game. He pitched Friday, 7 pitches, all he needed to get through the 8th inning. And we see him here in the 8th inning of today's game as well. It'll be 3, 4, 5 for Washington State. Hartman, Obenauer, and Shonsby.
Yep, 2 left-handed hitters and a right-hander. Limas is a right-hander, so 2 of the 3 hitters will have the left. We will have a left versus right matchup.
Game tied at 2. First pitch to Max Hartman. Lays down a bunt. Could not have placed it any better. He's going to outrun the throw. It's going to get into right field. Hartman's digging for second. Will he go 3? He's going to third. The throw. Way late, and Max Hartman has himself a triple.
That's the second time we've seen that today. Cole Larson did it earlier. That was on an E2. This might be an E1, but either way, this will be probably the second 3-base error of the day, and these have just costed Grand Canyon the entire series.
And the second time this series that Max Hartman has dropped a ground ball and ended up at third base.
And it looks like they might actually. It looks like they're going to give Hartman a hit on that. So that is going to be
So Ollie Obenauer now, great chance to take the lead. First pitch, swings through it, strike one.
So it looks like they're going to go single and then an E1 that allowed him to get to third. So it's a single for Hartman and then a two-base error.
Lee Moss takes a glance over at third. He deals the 0-1. In there again, strike two. 0-2 now, Hartman taking the lead off of third. Ollie Obenauer down, no balls, two strikes.
That's exactly what it was. A single and
One on the ground, it's going to get through. Lopez and Sanders both slide, can't make the play. Max Hartman's going to score, and Ollie Obenauer is going to have himself an RBI single.
Yeah, what a what a nice piece of hitting there by Obenauer. All he needed to do was just get a base hit with after the error and going right 90 feet away. That's exactly what he did. Drove it right up the middle into left field. Cougs with the lead now, all of a sudden 3 outs away from a series sweep. As that's going to be it for Obenauer. He's going to get pinch ran for. But it's Mason Perello going to run for Obenauer.
Perello now having an appearance in every game this series. So Shawnsby now up. Perello, the runner at first, and Washington State now leads 3-2.
That's a great way to finish for Obenauer. Had a double in his first at-bat and a single in his last at-bat.
First pitch from Lemos showing bunt is Shawnsby. He pulls it back, ball one.
So that's a 2-hit day for Obenauer. Book and at-bats with a base hit. And now that'll probably get the closer for Washington State up in the bullpen. Or they might bring Hyder out after he only needed to throw one pitch.
This one sent into right field. Doesn't have the distance. It's gone. What a shot from Ryan Shawnsby. A big swing for a big-time player. It's 5-2 Washington State as they look to win this series with a sweep. Ryan Shawnsby's 2-run shot gives them a 5-2 lead.
Well, I would say that the series sweep is pretty much secure now. I don't know if that was necessarily middle, but that's when Shawnsby's Viking got all of that one. Demolished it out to right center field. 5-2 Cougs and feeling more confident about the series sweep now. And that'll probably put the closer down and possibly – and Hyder's going back out to the bullpen just to get loose after only throwing one pitch in the 8th.
Yeah, you have to imagine it'll be Hyder again coming out for the 9th. Still nobody out. 3 runs across in this inning for the Cougars. It'll be Noah Thine, the catcher now. Shows a bunt. Shows a bunt. He's hit. Goes off his foot. Couldn't tell if it hit off Mito Perez or if it hit off of Thine, but now Thine heads to first.
Yeah, everything that can possibly go wrong for GCU this inning has, and it looks like that's going to be it for Lemos. Doesn't even get an out. Only faces four batters, can't get any of them out, and now that's going to be the end of the day for him. He did not pitch as nearly as well as he did on Friday.
He will exit. And with that, we will take a break. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. Back here in the bottom of the 8th, Washington State has taken a 3-run lead thanks to a Max Hartman single that turned into 3 bases after an error. Ollie Obenauer scores him, and Shawnsby powers one into right center field for a 2-run shot. That's how we arrive at 5-2. That will end the day for Jacob Limas on the mound. Brock Toney replaces him out of the bullpen for the Antelopes.
Yeah, Limas ironically throwing 7 pitches this time. Much worse this time. 3 hits, 3 runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Couldn't get one single out like he could on Friday. And makes way to Brock Toney, who's on in relief. 3.68 ERA, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks. Definitely one of the better pitchers on GCU's staff.
So it'll be Dane Chavez who comes up. Still nobody out.
Tony, a 6-foot senior from Liberty, Missouri, right-handed pitcher. All the pitchers today for GCU and for Washington State, for that matter, have been right-handers. We haven't seen a left-handed pitcher into the game yet today.
Noah Thine, the runner at first base, he got hit. That was the last pitch of the day for Jacob Limas. Shows bunt. Pulls back, ball 1.
Why should we be surprised at this point that the Cougs are showing bunt? We've seen that a lot this series.
Yes, we have.
Dane Chavez looking for his first career hit at Bailey Brayton Field.
Drops this one down. Quick throw over to first. That's one down. Went right back to Brock Toney. Quick throw over to first, and that's one gone. Thine advances to second, and that will bring up Kyler Northrup.
Yeah, that's the second time that has happened to Chavez. Second consecutive. This time it's productive. Last time he did it with 2 outs in the inning, but that's a productive out. Moves runner into scoring position.
First pitch to Northrup. He will stare that one in for ball 1.
Northup hitting 192. Would love to see him get a hit here. He's double and a single, so he's a triple and a homer away from the cycle.
The 1-0. That one is going to get down into left field past Sanders. 1-run scores.
Possibly. Yes, easily.
2-run score. Washington State starting to run away with it here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, this one is that was only 1 run. Dine was the only guy on base, but this will pretty much guarantee the series sweep for Washington State now.
Yeah, Watterson was standing way over to the right. I thought he had scored. I thought I've lost track of the base runners there for a minute.
Now Watterson was in the on-deck circle. Now
Watterson was on the index circle. Now he's up.
So that's the second double for Northrop today. This time it's an RBI. Northrop staying hot. 3-hit day after grounding out to third in his first at-bat.
7th hitter of the inning for Washington State. It's Cole Watterson. Runner on second is Northrop. Still only 1 gone. Order will flip back up to Gavin Roy. He's on the on-deck circle. The 1-0. Swings through that one. Strike 1. Washington State now leading 6-2. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Washington State. Here's the 1-1. Shows bunt again, pulls it back, ball 2. Grand Canyon, 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors committed. Washington State looking to get out the brooms. 3 outs away from a series sweep as he swings through that one, 2-2. Now the count. Northrop not taking much of a lead over at second.
Not with the 4-run lead. It would be kind of risky.
Tony stares back, still staring, now pitches. Outside, count goes full. 3-2, still only 1 out. Things starting to settle a little bit on the mound for Grand Canyon after they've given up now 4 runs this inning. That one fell back. will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat.
Yep, this is a first time that Washington State batter has gotten in a long battle. We've seen GCU batters get into battles today.
Tony kicks, deals. He struck him out. Watterson thought he was going to head to first base. Instead, he heads back to the dugout.
Yeah, first strikeout for Tony. The first strikeout by GCU pitcher since the bottom of the 6th inning when Ryan Shawnsby struck out. Actually, check that. That was the bottom of the 7th when Dustin Robinson struck out to end the 7th.
So that'll bring up Gavin Roy.
So they went almost the full lineup without striking out before Watterson struck out.
8th batter in the lineup, 2 gone, 1 runner on. Roy watches strike 1 in. It'll be Robinson up next if Gavin Roy's able to get on base. If they can get back to Hartman, they will have gone around. Big inning here for Washington State. 4 runs across as he takes ball 1.
Yeah, Washington State's got to feel a lot of momentum going into the series going into the game with Gonzaga on Tuesday, who have almost the exact same record as Washington State up to this point.
1-1 in there, strike 2.
Yeah, Washington State got a lot of home games coming up after spending the first month of the season on the road. So it's definitely good to have baseball back here at Bailey Brayton Field and back in general.
Well, and we'll calling them all here on KUGR. The 1-2. Down low outside. Count evens it up 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I got Tony at 16 pitches up to this point after coming in for the struggling Jacob Lemos, who really had a tough day on the mound today.
He did. The 2-2 to Roy. Right back, and that's going to not sneak through. Great play by Jake Sanko. Throw not in time. But Tyler Northrup trying to come all the way home from second on a play that didn't leave the infield is thrown out at home.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Northrup was thinking there. My guess would be that he thought it was going into the outfield. I don't know. The coach sent him or put up a stop sign, but that's just bad base running there by Northrop. But it doesn't matter as Wazoo has a big 8th inning.
Yeah, he set down 4 runs come across, including 1 big blast from Shawnsby. Washington State 3 outs away from a sweep. The 9th inning coming up. It'll be Declan Curran on play-by-play. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
Cougars 3 outs away from a series sweep. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Cannon Peary, Trevor Schmidt, and Jose Lopez, to face a new pitcher, Ryan Hyder. Thought he would come in the night that throwing only 1 pitch, but he has given way to Scott Ringett, who came on in yesterday's game, gave up the 9th inning home run to Carson Olin that tied the game as he throws a first pitch strike to Cannon Peary. It's 0-1. Ringett on the air, 4.26 ERA, 13 strikeouts, 7 walks. There'll be no first pitch homer today. Here's the 0-1. Strike, 0-2. We're going to get ahead of the count early here. Peary so far 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to the center field in the first, struck out looking in the fourth. Hit by pitch in the seventh and came around to score on the 2-run homer by Trevor Schmidt. Here's the 0-2. Grounded through the middle, a base hit past the diving Gavin Roy. That's into left center for a leadoff base hit for Cannon Peary. Grand Canyon has a runner aboard for Trevor Schmidt.
Designated hitter number 7, Trevor Schmidt.
Great effort play there by Gavin Roy. Well seen behind the plate by Cannon Peary, able to drive that one right into the gap by second base. Gavin Roy could not get to that one into center field.
Cougs are going to pitch to Schmidt after last at bat. He tied this game. First pitch outside. Just gets out of the way of that one for ball 1, 1-0. Schmidt, after hitting that homer, now up to 400 average, 1 homer, 3 RBIs. That was his first homer of the season.
He's 3 for 3.
He is. He has 2 singles and a homer.
Looking to make it a perfect day behind the plate for him. He's already up. He's already up 2-0.
Yeah, looking at our players to watch back in the pregame show, I did not have Trevor Schmidt on my bingo card because he has not played this series.
No, I had Jake Sanko, and again, another quiet day from him, 0 for 4.
2-0 is just on the outside corner of the strike zone. It's called a strike 2-1. Schmidt having to get out of the way of that one a little bit. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. A little late on that one, 2-2. He was looking to swing for the fences on that one. Renget down in the count 2-0 has worked the count even. Let's see if he can get his first strikeout here. It is in there for strike 3. Working behind the count 2-0. Renget says good morning, good afternoon, good night to Trevor Schmidt. 1 down. Now a double play can end this game as Jose Lopez steps up to the plate.
Fifth strikeout of the day for Washington State's pitching staff.
First for Renget. Lopez up now 0 for 3 on the day. Struck out swinging in the second, grounded to third in the fourth, grounded to short in the seventh, hitting 286, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1, 0-1. Renget getting ahead in the count early this time. Who's looking for the series sweep? Almost guaranteed with the 4-run lead here in the ninth. First pitch. Misses ball 1, 1-1.
Nothing in baseball is guaranteed, but you got to give the Cougars a great chance. They're just 2 outs away from the series sweep.
I would pretty much say the Cougars are glad to be back home. They have definitely got the bats going this series. 1-0 swing, or 1-1 swing and a miss. Lopez swings right through that one. It's now 1-2. Renget looking for his second strikeout and to put the Cougs 1 out away. On deck, we're going to have Griffin Cameron, who took over for Carson Oland. Here's the 1-2. Outside. Good stop there by Thine to keep Peary at first base. It's 2-2. Renget looking for the strikeout. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, fouled behind the plate. We'll do it again. Next pitch will be number 14 in the inning for Scott Renget. Cougar Baseball back home here on Friday on KUGR. Hosting the Nevada Wolfpack first pitch at 4:05. Be sure to join us. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Swung on, fouled behind the plate again. So we'll do it one more time. Another long battle here, this time by Jose Lopez of GCU.
Grand Canyon, after this series, heads back to their home state, but not their home park. They have a one-game battle against the University of Arizona before they head back home to face San Diego State.
For their first ever Mountain West series at home. San Diego State taking 2 of 3 from Washington State last weekend. That'll definitely be tough for GCU. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss at a pitch down low for strike 3, and the Cougs are an out away from victory. And it'll be up to Griffin Cameron to keep this game going for the Lopes.
Griffin Cameron, first half out of the game, he took over for Carson Oland.
Hitting 167, no homers, 4 RBIs. left-handed hitter, the junior from Lexington, Kentucky. Left-handed hitter facing the right-handed pitcher. Here's the first pitch.
Way inside.
For ball 1-0. Great stop again by Thine, keeping Peary at first. Cameron, the transfer from the University of Kentucky, left his home city to come to a nice, warmer city. Here's the 0-1. That swung on hit into right field for a base hit. Stopping at second is Peary. Griffin Cameron, his first at-bat of the series, is on with a base hit. To keep this game going for one more batter, it's going to be Gunnar Penscover coming up with 2 on and 2 outs.
2 on, 2 out, 3-run blast. Would not tie, would not take the lead. Would still have him down 1.
Yes, but all of a sudden that gets the tying run into the on-deck circle.
So Marcus Galvin's going to come in. Galvin played in all 3 games, pinch hitting in all 3.
So Marcus Galvin will come in. Another left-handed hitter. So Penscover's day is done. Finishes 0 for 2, ground out to second, fly out to center, and a walk.
Runners first and second now.
Galvin, a left-handed hitter from Chino, California. That one gets away from Thigh, not able to block this one. That'll move the runners up to second and third. That'll be Peary to third, Cameron to second. And now a base hit drives in the third Grand Canyon run of the day. Meanwhile, it's a 1-0 count to Galvin. And Thine will go out and have a visit with Rengett. And that's over. He's heading back behind the plate. Galvin hitting 162, no homers, 7 RBIs on the season. Cougs looking for the sweep here with 2. They just need 1 more out to get it done. 1-0 count on Galvin. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit down the line. That is a foul ball. Just barely fouled down the line. It's 1-1.
That would have scored a couple if it had gotten down.
Could have made this a 2-run game. We're going to have another pinch hitter on deck if it gets that far. Looks like it's going to be Dominic Chacon in the on-deck circle. Played yesterday.
Played last 2 games of this series as the designated hitter.
He would be hitting for Troy Sanders if it gets that far. Here's the 1-1. Missed somewhere, not sure where, but it missed for ball 2, 2-1.
Fans not happy about that one.
It's pitch number 20 for Rengett. So he's behind in the count, 2-1 on Galvin.
Cougars just needing 1 more out.
And now needing 1 more strike as that one's fouled down the line. It's 2-2 on Marcus Galvin. With the defense we've seen from Washington State, it would be only fitting to end this game on a line drive or a diving catch or something amazing, but a strikeout would work too.
Cougars will take whatever they can get here just to get 1 final out.
Here's the 2-2. Up high for a ball. Full count, 3-2.
Well, I was talking about it in the game on Friday in which the Cougars won 7-3. If you load the bases, you have the danger of 1 swing of the bat tying this game. Dominic Chacon does have power.
First base is open. Here's the payoff. Inside, backs out of the way for ball 4, and they're loaded up for Dominic Chacon, and he's the tying run at the plate.
Second walk allowed by Washington State.
Cougs trying to get out of this, but Grand Canyon threatening with 2 outs.
And all of a sudden, a little bit of worry here for the Cougars.
And Nathan Choate's going to come out. And he has not made a signal to the bullpen, so this looks just to be a mound visit, just to get together. There is currently 2 arms warming up for Washington State. We do have a left-hander and a right-hander, and it looks like actually maybe he is making the calls to the pen because I just saw the right-hander stop getting loose, and now Tabor Fast warming up down there without his hat on, took his hat off. That is the lefty in the pen for Washington State. And it looks like this will just be a mound visit. And they're just going to sit the right-hander warming up down.
Dustin Smythe's going to tell him to hurry up here.
Yeah, you only get so much time. Even before the pitch clock era, you only had like 15 seconds. So we have with the right-hander on the mound, we're starting to see a lot of left-handed hitters coming in for GCU, and that's what we're getting here in Chacon, a left-handed hitter. Last night's game, Chacon went 0 for 5, including one strikeout. So his average has definitely dipped. He's now at 235, 3 homers, 7 RBIs. First pitch. Inside for ball 1-0.
And if he's able to get on base, that'll bring up Jake Sanko. Average-wise, the best hitter for Grand Canyon. He also has quite a few RBIs on this year with 10.
Chacon has actually not had a hit in the series. Only reached base once. Had a walk in the 6th inning on Friday. Here's the 1-0. Hitting the center field. This should do it. Under it is Robinson. He makes the catch, and the ball game is over. You can get out the brooms. That is a sweep for the Washington State Cougars, and boy, does that feel good.
Well,
great pitching today by Luke Myers.
Well, the sound that you hear rolling off the hills says, Cougs win, Cougs win, Cougs win.
So that'll do it for this game and this series. Washington State sweeps. They improve to 10-12, 4-2 in the Mountain West. Grand Canyon Falls 8-17, 0-3 in the Mountain West. Cougs will return to action Tuesday in Spokane at 6 o'clock when they take on Gonzaga. They'll be back here on Friday to host Nevada. On Friday, first pitch 4:05. We'll have that broadcast and the whole series for you here on KUGR, so stay tuned for that. But until then, for Charlie Templeton and our entire crew, this is Declan Curran saying so long from Bailey Brayton Field, where once again, the Cougars finished off a 3-game sweep of the Grand Canyon Antelopes with a 6-2 victory here in Game 3. We'll see you on Friday, and as always, go Cougs. You've been listening to WSU Baseball on KUGR, the student voice of the Blues.